Hey, welcome back to Math with Patrick and Quill. Today is April 13th, and we're solving problem 113 from this Daily Epsilon calendar. And the answer is 13. We just need to show why. And it looks like we have a lot of different information, 4 bits of information about the mean of various numbers. And ultimately, we need to solve for x and show that x is 13. So mean just means the average. And so to find the mean of 10 and 20, it's just the middle number, so it's 15. But a math strategy that you can do to find an average is add up all the numbers and then divide by the amount of numbers. And so here we're going to get that number 15. So if I decided to tack on, say, a 23 into this list, and I wanted to find the mean of these 3 numbers, then I should just divide by 3 this time instead of 2. And so it would be whatever 53 over 3 is. So let's start to do a little bit of that math with these variables instead. So the mean of x and 9 is w. So that means x plus 9 divided by 2 is w. And then the mean of 2x and 15 is y. So I know that 2x plus 15 over 2 is equal to y. And then we have this third condition here, this third bit of information, that the mean of 3x and 18 is z. So add them both up, divide by 2, we get z. And then the mean of w, y, and z is 20. So we could just do w plus y plus z, this time divided by 3, is equal to 20. All right, and then looks like we're trying to solve for x, so I think we could do some substitution here, where I just replace all of these variables, the w, the y, and the z, with their expressions from above, and try to solve it. So w is x plus 9 over 2. Y is 2x plus 15 over 2. And then z is 3x plus 18 over 2. And then we're dividing all of that by 3. And this is supposedly equal to 20. And if I solve for x here, I should get 13, because again, that's today's date. So I think the first thing I'm noticing is that everything in my numerator here is being halved. And I know that I can kind of swap the order of addition and division sometimes. As in, if all 3 of these things are being halved after they're being added up, I know I could swap the order. I could add them all up first, then halve it later or divide it by 2 later. And then on top of that, I know that dividing by 2 would just be basically tacking on a 2 down here in the denominator. And so I know that I could rewrite this kind of gnarly looking fraction as something a little bit nicer. Here I'm just rewriting all of those numerators. And then finally I'm going to divide everything by 6 and have that be equal to 20. The next thing I'll do here is just some multiplication. I'll just multiply both sides by 6. Kind of my thought process is that I know that this number here has to be 120, because 120 divided by 6 gives me 20. And so let me do that. And then now I no longer have a fraction. And let me also combine up my like terms right now. Why not? I have an x here, 2 x's here, and then 3 x's here. So in total, I have 6 x's. And then 9 plus 15 plus 18. I can't do it in my head immediately, but that's 20, 34, and then that's 42, I hope. And then now it's just solving for x. Let me subtract 42 from both sides. So that's going to give me a 78. And then when I divide by 6, I get 13. I can just kind of do the math facts here in my head, but 6 times 13 should give me 78. And indeed it does. 6 times 1 plus the 1 that I carried over gives me 78. So here is the 13 that matches today's date. And looks like this problem was all about, writing out expressions for each of your 3 variables and then just doing some substitution and then solving for x. So thanks for solving this problem with me, and I'll see you in the next video.